All right, let's dive right in today. We're talking India versus New Zealand in the Champions Trophy. Now, on the surface, it might seem like just another match, right?
Yeah.
They both already locked in their spots in the semifinals.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But there's a buzz around this one. It's being called the final before the final.
And for good reason.
So spill the tea. Why all the hype?
Well, to understand this match, you got to look back a bit. New Zealand has kind of become India's, I guess you could say, their final boss in these big ICC tournaments.
Oh, interesting. Like, they always seem to meet at these crucial moments.
Exactly. It's almost like destiny or something.
Yeah.
Think about it. The 2019 World Cup semifinal.
Oh, yeah. Heartbreaker.
New Zealand just snatched that victory right out from under India's nose. And then the World Test Championship final, another close one. And again, New Zealand took home the trophy.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. So there's definitely history there.
Yep.
But how are the teams looking this time around? Are they evenly matched or...
Well, that's what makes this match so interesting. On paper, they are incredibly well balanced.
Really?
Yeah. You've got powerful openers on both sides, a strong middle order, and all-rounders who can really contribute with both bat and ball.
So it's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
Swap the jerseys and...
You wouldn't know who was who.
Haha, wow, okay. So where's the difference then? If they're so evenly matched, what gives?
The mental game. New Zealand, they just have this knack for performing under pressure. They always seem to have ice in their veins when the stakes are high.
Ah, I see. So it's as much a mental battle as it is a physical one. This is getting interesting. All right, so let's break it down a bit. What are some of the specific challenges India might face against this New Zealand side?
Well, India's got to be careful of New Zealand spinners, that's for sure.
Oh, really? Why?
They're not just your average spinners, they're incredibly strategic. It's not just about turning the ball, it's about setting traps, outthinking the batsmen, really forcing them into making mistakes.
So they're like chess players on the cricket pitch. Who should we be looking out for?
Oh, keep an eye on Ravindra, Sodhi, and Santner. Those guys are crafty and experienced, and they can really make life difficult for India's batsmen.
And India has some pretty good spinners of their own, right? Like, I imagine that'll be a pretty epic battle to watch.
It will be. I mean, Ravindra Jadeja, Axar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, they've been key for India so far. They can control the pace of the game and pick up crucial wickets. It's going to be a real clash of the titans, that's for sure.
Wow, I'm already excited.
Yeah.
You mentioned India's batsmen potentially struggling against those New Zealand spinners, though. Can we dive a little deeper into that? What makes that such a crucial matchup?
Well, India's middle order has, I guess you could say, shown a little vulnerability against good spin bowling in the past. And New Zealand spinners, they're masters at building pressure. Lots of dot balls, forcing the batsmen to take risks. They can really put the squeeze on the run rate and disrupt the flow of the innings.
So it's a battle of attrition then. Who can hold their nerve for longer?
Yeah, pretty much. Patience, strategy, adaptability. All of that's going to be put to the test.
This is already starting to sound more like a final than just another group stage match. But okay, let's switch gears and talk about India's bowling attack. What are some of the big decisions they're facing going into this game?
Well, the big question mark is Mohammad Shami. He's back from injury, which is great news, but he's a world-class bowler.
Right.
So the dilemma is, do you risk playing him in 2 high-pressure matches back-to-back? Considering he's just coming back from that layoff.
Yeah, that's tough. On one hand, you want your best players out there, but you don't want to risk another injury, especially with the semifinals coming up. What do you think they should do?
It's a tricky one. I mean, in the long run, the goal is to win the whole tournament, right? So rushing him back could backfire. But then again, he's such a weapon. His experience and his ability to take wickets could be the difference maker against a strong New Zealand batting lineup.
Yeah, it's a high-risk, high-reward situation for sure. I'm curious to see what they decide. And what about the rest of the bowling attack? Any other selection headaches?
Kuldeep Yadav is another interesting one. He's been bowling beautifully lately, really found his rhythm. So the question is, do you stick with him, hoping he keeps that form going, or do you maybe bring in someone like Washington Sundar or Varun Chakravarthi to, shake things up a bit?
Yeah, you don't want to disrupt a player who's on a roll, but at the same time, a fresh perspective could be beneficial. So, yeah, some tough choices for India to make. Okay, let's move on to something else that could play a big role in this match. The schedule.
Oh, the schedule,
Yeah.
the bane of every player and coach's existence.
What's the deal with it?
Well, it's not exactly ideal, especially for India.
How so?
There's only one rest day between this match against New Zealand and the semifinal. That's not a lot of time to recover, especially after a game as intense as this one's going to be.
I see. So fatigue could definitely become a factor. So that puts India in a bit of a bind, right? Because they have to choose. Bat first, try and set a target, gain some valuable experience batting under pressure,
Or risk running their key players ragged right before a must-win match. It's a real catch-22.
And what if New Zealand wins the toss and chooses to bat first?
Then India's hand is forced. The coin toss could be huge in this one. But let's not forget that this match is about so much more than just the tactical decisions and logistical challenges.
Right. You mentioned that historical context, that psychological element that makes this clash even more compelling. Let's unpack that a little bit. Why is this game so significant for India beyond just the points on the board?
It's a chance for them to face those ICC tournament demons. I mean, they've stumbled against New Zealand in these crucial moments time and time again. It's got to be frustrating, almost like a mental block.
So it's about breaking the Kiwi curse.
Right.
Proving that they can overcome this hurdle.
Exactly. It's about finally putting those ghosts to rest and showing the world that they are the dominant force in cricket.
And for New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's a chance to solidify their reputation as giant slayers, the team that thrives on being underestimated.
Absolutely. They have this incredible self-belief, this knack for rising to the occasion. I guarantee they're relishing the challenge.
Man, this is shaping up to be an epic story. So much more than just another meaningless group stage match.
It really is. I mean, you've got everything. The history, the rivalry, the evenly matched teams, the mental game. It's a clash of styles, a test of character, and a glimpse into what the future might hold for these two cricketing powerhouses.
You're getting me pumped up just thinking about it. But before we get too carried away, let's come back to the game itself. We've touched on the challenges, the selection dilemmas, that crazy schedule, and all the psychological baggage. But what kind of strategies do you actually see being employed in this match?
Oh man, the battle between the spinners is going to be key, that's for sure. We could see some real tactical masterclasses, both teams trying to outsmart each other. For India, it'll be interesting to see how they approach those New Zealand spinners. Do they play it safe, try and rotate the strike, build a platform, or do they try and attack from the get-go, disrupt that rhythm?
What about New Zealand? How do you think they'll handle India's spin trio?
New Zealand's batsmen are known for being adaptable, and they can play spin pretty darn well. They'll need to be patient, pick their moments to attack, and not let the pressure get to them. I'm expecting to see some clever use of the sweep shot, maybe even the reverse sweep, the slog sweep, to counter that spin threat.
Whoa, sounds exciting. Sounds like this one could go down to the wire. But beyond the technical stuff, the tactics, what about those intangible factors? What could swing the match one way or the other?
Ah, the intangibles, the X factor, right. I think a big one will be the mental game. Who can handle the pressure better? Who can keep their cool when the stakes are high? New Zealand's got a pretty impressive track record in that department.
That they do. And for India, this is their chance to conquer those demons, prove that they can handle the pressure cooker and perform when it really counts.
Absolutely. A chance to change the narrative, to silence the doubters, and show the world that they're a team built for winning championships.
So it's bigger than just the scorecard then. It's about making a statement.
For sure. This match could be a defining moment for both sides. A big win for India. That would be a huge confidence boost. It would validate all that hard work and dedication. And for New Zealand, well, a win here would just further cement their reputation as one of the toughest teams to beat in world cricket.
This is epic. You've really captured the essence of this matchup. It's more than just a game of cricket. It's a clash of cultures, a battle of wills, a testament to the human spirit.
And don't forget the pure entertainment factor. These are two of the most exciting teams in the world going head-to-head. It's got all the ingredients of an absolute classic.
I'm hooked already. Okay, but before we get too lost in the hype, let's zoom out for a second. Think about the bigger picture. This match is happening within a bigger tournament, right? The Champions Trophy. So how could the result of this game impact the rest of the tournament?
You're right. It's not just a standalone match. This result could have some serious ripple effects. Let's say India wins convincingly. Well, that sends a message to the other teams, like, watch out, we're here to win. It could give them that psychological edge going into the semifinals.
And if New Zealand pulls off an upset?
Well, that shakes things up, right. It shows they're not just good in bilateral series, they can also handle the pressure cooker of a major tournament. It could turn them into a real dark horse contender for the trophy.
So even though it's technically meaningless in terms of the semifinal spots, the stakes are still incredibly high.
Oh, absolutely. This game could shift the balance of power, create momentum, inspire belief.
It's amazing how one match can have such a profound impact. But what about beyond the Champions Trophy, the long-term significance of this clash? What do you think?
I think it's also a glimpse into the future of cricket in these two countries. Both India and New Zealand have these incredible young players coming up, super talented. This is a chance for them to gain experience on a big stage, learn from the best, test themselves against world-class competition.
So it's of developing those future stars, building a legacy.
Exactly. This match is more than just a contest between two teams. It's a reflection of that passion, the dedication, the unwavering spirit of cricket in both these nations.
You've given us so much to think about. It's clear this is more than just a game. It's a story waiting to be written, another chapter in that ongoing saga of India versus New Zealand.
And it's a story we can't wait to see unfold.
Me neither. Okay, but before we wrap up, I got to ask, what's your prediction? Who do you think will come out on top in this clash of the Titans?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. It's going to be close, that's for sure. But if I had to pick a winner, I'd probably give the edge to New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah. Their ability to handle the big moments, that versatile bowling attack, and their recent record against India, I think all of that gives them a bit of a mental advantage.
Interesting. So you're calling it upset then?
I wouldn't say upset necessarily. I just think it's going to be a really tight, intense match. India will be hungry to prove a point, to get revenge for those past losses. They're going to put up a fight, that's for sure.
It's going to be good. I can already feel it. This one's going to go down to the wire.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. And hey, no matter what, I think it's a testament to just how great this sport is, the skill, the strategy, the mental toughness. And yeah, even a little bit of luck plays a part.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This deep dive has been awesome. I feel like we've really gotten into the nitty-gritty of this India-New Zealand matchup. The history, the tactics, the mind games. It's all there.
It's been a blast talking about it with you.
And to our listeners out there, we hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of, well, just how much goes into a cricket match, especially one with this much riding on it.
Remember, it's more than just a game, It's a clash of cultures, a battle of wills, a true celebration of everything that makes sports so captivating.
So make sure you tune in, get ready for some fireworks, because this one's going to be unforgettable.
And no matter who you're cheering for, just enjoy the game, appreciate the incredible talent on display, and soak in all the drama.
Couldn't agree more. And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, folks, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.